Let's talk about Casper, because Casper is your
Yeah.
other horse, and he was sort of a
Yes.
surprise in all this. So tell me a little
He
bit about Casper.
so I got Casper as the easier horse. So I purchased him when Maze was really difficult and all that sort of thing. We wanted an easier horse to have around. We knew she'd need a paddock companion for life, so we got Casper. He was under the impression that you had zero boundaries in space and he could just sit on top of you. He would try and push you over if you picked up his feet and lie on top of you. He kicked out on the lunge. He would just pull the lunge rope straight out of your hands. If he didn't want to turn left while you were riding him, he would run you into fences, trees, anything he could think of. His other owner was adamant that, oh, he never did this with me. He was fine with me. We had no problems. And I said, he's an absolute maniac. He's going to kill me. And everyone kept saying, he's got no boundaries. You need to give him boundaries. And I mean, I'd stand out in that paddock and go, back up. And he'd look at me and just go, I'm not going to back up. I'm not doing that. And I'm like, but what am I doing wrong? I'm doing what I've been told to do. And he's just looking at me and just totally ignoring me.
So what changed?
Well, we didn't expect him to change. Of course, I contacted you for Maze. And I did just believe that he was a pushy little pony that had been given no boundaries and he would eventually learn. And everyone said it's like a night and day difference. And I went down to the paddock and I tied him up one morning and changed his rugs over. And he stood still. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's more respectful. And when he does push in and I say, no, mate, move, he's like, oh, okay, I'll move. I'll back up. I'll shift to the side. I'll do all these things. And I'm like, but what did we do? And I said, oh my God. I said, it's the bloody hypnosis. And it didn't even commute in my head because, of course, I wasn't worried about him. And it was within the first week of my session with you that he changed. Like, we hadn't even done a session with him or brought him in. It was just me. I was like, oh my God. He's consistently been different. It hasn't wavered or changed, and he was very inconsistent previously, and he's a little bit calmer. He's not as hopped up and stressed and worried, and he trusts me that when I've said, you can do this, he's like, oh yeah, I can do it. Whereas previously I'd say, you can do this, and he'd go, no, we can't do this. Something bad's going to happen. I can't cope. I can't do it. And now it's like, I can't do it. And I say, yes, you can. And he goes, okay, we can do it. So it's, yeah, big changes for him, which were very unexpected.
Just in what you describe is almost like the conversation that you and I had. Oh, boundaries at work, right?
Yes.
You can up your
Yep.
prices, and you kind of went, whoa, 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 I don't know if I can do that.
Mm.
And I said, yes, you can.
Yep. Yep.
And then you did.
Yeah.
And then you just started to set this boundary within you.
Exactly.
It's like, no,
Yep.
I'm going to respect my space, my time,
Yep.
I'm going to respect me,
Yeah.
because he's just the mirror. So he just
Yep.
mirrored your change within you
Exactly. It was
before we
it was
even talked to
instant.
him.
Exactly. We hadn't even, we weren't even going to talk to him like
Yep.
that. It wasn't on the cards.
No, it
And
was
it
all
was
about Maze.
he's a completely different pony.
So what would you say to somebody, Emma, that may be sitting on the fence about doing this?
Do it. I mean, it's not, you've got nothing to lose. It's not going to be a detriment to you. Give it a try. Open your mind up to it. You've got nothing to lose. Give it a go. Like, I had never done anything like that previously. And I thought, you know what? I've tried everything else. I've done everything else. I've put all this money, time, and effort into something else. Why not give it a go? What's the worst that could happen? And it's just been of benefit. I mean, nothing bad happened. It's all been fantastic.